Okay, so today we're going to take a look at reading. So there is a site miniislands.com which is very convenient for us to use because it's got like text in the left and questions. So what should we do is ideally we should not read the text at all, but just find the answers because we're given 20 minutes for this, like for each text, and there are three texts. So overall, IELTS reading will take 1 hour to do. So let's try it, okay? I didn't try this text before, so I don't know about this answers yet. So I'll be doing it with you. So let's go. Just look here, and let's go. So reading passage has 8 paragraphs, which paragraph contain the following information. So you see, it's like which of these paragraphs has this information, and for it we should read the paragraphs too. Okay, and that's why I decided now to skip this task right now and then go on. But then we will return to it. Okay, classify the following information as referring to. So who did what? Egyptians, Ojibwe, Polynesians, and Greek. Whether they adopted the writing system from another country, used organic materials to record stories, used tools to help them tell stories. You see, there are three options, but four spots. Yeah? So it means something will repeat here. So let's see. We've got this name, Egyptians. Let's find it in the text.
G, maybe.
Yeah, you're right. So this is what Greek. This starts with Egyptians and then go about Ojibwe. So no Egyptians here. Aristotle. And again Greeks. Yeah, so we got Egyptians only here. Here. So let's see. The custom of recording stories on parchment. So parchment is some kind of material. I don't know what. Pergament, I guess. And other materials can be traced in many manifestations around the world. Manifestations is like writings, I guess. From the priestly papyrus or what archives of ancient Egypt to the birch bark scrolls on which the North American Ojibwe Indians set down their creation myth. Okay, it's a well-trodden universal practice, so much so that to this day, storytelling is probably most often associated with words on papers. The formal practice of narrating a story aloud would seem so we assume to have given way to newspapers, novels, and comic strips. Okay, this, however, is not the case. Statistically, it is doubtful that the majority of humans currently rely upon the written word to get access to stories. Okay, so use tools to help to tell stories. I guess this one for both these things, like Egyptians, C, and Ojibwe C. Do you agree, guys? Because
Yeah.
yeah, Egypt and Ojibwe, they use what? They use this parchment and they wrote stories there, so it's like tools. So I think like it's C. Okay, let's find the Polynesians. Polynesians,
C.
Polynesians here, right? Okay. In some Polynesian communities, a notched memory stick may help to guide a storyteller through successive stages of recitation, but in other parts of the world, the activity of storytelling historically resulted in the development or even the invention of the writing systems. One theory about the arrival of literacy in ancient Greece. Okay, so stop. In some Polynesian communities, a notched memory stick, notch, это типа, который, на котором есть какие-то типа заметки, да? Stick это палка, memory это память. Memory stick сейчас это флешка, может быть так. May help to guide a storyteller through successive stages of recitation. Okay. Use again materials to record stories.
A.
You see, you think A?
Yes.
Don't you think it's like also C? Because you You see what can happen? It can be C. So you see why? Because like it's a tool, right? So they had these sticks with some notches, and then they used it to help. I mean, to tell a story. Okay, so it may be C here, but these two first things they can be about B because you see, organic materials it means like some natural things like parchment can be papyrus, bark это кора дерева, yeah. So maybe this one is A and A, sorry B and B. Let's see it, okay, because I don't really know. And Greek. Okay, it was before, I guess. No Polynesians. No Greek here. No Greek. Here Greek. One theory about the arrival of leaders in ancient Greece, for example, argues that the epic tales about the Trojan War and the wanderings of Odysseus, traditionally attributed to Homer, were just so enchanting to hear that they had to be preserved. So the Greeks borrowed the alphabet from their neighbors. Nice. So this one is guess A, right? Do you agree? Because they Greek, they took the writing system from another country, from this. Okay, let's see then. Now we see we should make one word only like here. And that's why we should find this information, and I think it's about Aristotle is here. Okay, he wrote a book on the art of storytelling called The Poetics. Yep, The Poetics. The Poetics. Yes. Aristotle believed that the most powerful type of story to move listeners is. So, what is the most powerful type of story? Tragedy, yes, I guess. You see, because in the text we see the information about like different things, like tragedy and comedy, da da da, and then we see just one specific thing. Tragedy for Aristotle was particularly potent in this capacity, da da da. So he thinks that it's like this, like potent in its capacity. So I guess this one is like the powerful type. Let's see, yeah, tragedy. Okay, Aristotle viewed Homer's works as so beyond them stood Homer. Stories had canonical status. The Iliad and the Odyssey were elected, considered literal landmark stories. Credible heroes. Okay. Sample. Yes, I think it's masterpieces. Yeah, do you agree, guys? So you see, he means Aristotle. Aristotle had as an obvious sample for analysis. So we can write sample here, actually, or samples. But you see, it's like it's no article here, so it's not a sample, but it's just. So maybe it can be masterpieces. It's here. Let's see, okay. But also it can be sample. And Aristotle believed that tragic heroes should have some what? So you see, there's a question here. What's the secret? It was not hard to find. Homer created credible heroes. Credible — это типа, в которых можно поверить. То есть они вероятные. Здесь же incredible слово. Это credible. Mighty Magnificent, fantasy figures, sulk, bicker, and cheat and cry. Characters, protagonists of a story. Want to follow. Human side. Okay, so Aristotle believed attractive heroes should have some weaknesses. Yes,
Weakness.
flaws. Yes, yes, yes. You're right, man. Maybe, maybe. Okay, let's see weaknesses. Okay, now let's do these things. So these paragraphs they talk about what? I think this one is about description of studies without any assistance. You see, reset from memory. Mnemonic cues, reminders. So I think this one is B. This last one about characters is H. Yeah, how to make story characters attractive. Okay, the fundamental aim of storytelling. So why storytelling? So maybe this one is here, misunderstanding of a modern way for telling stories. Okay, let's see. Typical forms of stories. This one, I guess, yeah. Typical forms for telling stories. You see, two theatrical types of storytelling: tragedy and comedy. G. And the fundamental aim of storytelling. So why do they write this? Maybe because it's like this, like general question. You see, like a purpose here. So aim and purpose is the same stuff. It's synonyms. That's synonyms. So the main type, the prime purpose, it's this. I guess so. Okay, let's see. So now we like wrote everything here. Let's submit. And we see 3 mistakes. It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, actually. Okay, see, first is F. This is landmarks, not masterpieces. But actually, no, I think I can argue with it, but let's see. And weaknesses is the same as flaw, actually. So in the real IELTS, they would take it as a plus, too. Okay, let's see. Let's see this. So this is E. So here is the modern way of telling stories. Yeah, okay, see, because modern way is about this. Like each year right now, yeah, 7 billion people go watch like movies. So this one is E. Yes, I agree to this. This all is true. This, so about landmarks. Viewed Homer's works as. Mhm. Yeah, actually, yes, it can be said like in masterpieces and literary landmark stories by which all others should be measured. But you see, I don't really agree to this. So I think masterpieces can be also true here because Here, other people, you see, considered these works as landmarks, not Aristotle, but he considered uh, them as masterpieces. So I think I'm right here, really. And here, as like flaw, really flaws and weaknesses is the same stuff, the same word, synonyms. You see, the hero who shows the human side some flaw or weakness. So some flaw or weakness. You see, they both can be here. So I think it's true also. Like only here we made a mistake, right? And these two can be like argued, debatable. Okay. And so we got like 7 plus 2, it would be like 8.5 or 9. Yep. All right.